and welcome back to New Sounds Union. This is the podcast for people who love new music, make new music, and want to support new music. On this episode, we have a lovely chat with We Are All Fossils to discuss one of our favourite albums of 2025. But first up, let's spin a couple of tracks that we've been enjoying from the New Sounds Union Substack. So the first song is something very special. It's by Welsh artist Jonathan Knowles, and it's his Forest Glood project, which is actually a long-form track. It spans 25 minutes, all in one piece, and it's built from 8 walks that Jonathan took through his local Radnor Forest over the summer. And yeah, it's a really special piece of work, really immersive, inventive, but kind of full of more poppy melodic hits or hooks as well. So yeah, we can only play a small snippet here, but I'd highly recommend digging in and sitting down and enjoying Forest Glood by Jonathan Knowles.
Don't mind him. I know it looks frightening. You should see what's inside him.
Next up is I Can't Sit Here and Not Be Your Lover by Miles Morgan, who is an artist we've featured a few times now on New Sounds Union. This one is really laid back. It's kind of an acoustic slow jam with a really lovely groove at the heart of it. So yeah, enjoy a bit of Miles now.
6 months thinking about how I'm gonna get you back. 6 months got me thinking whether I want you back, but you're all I think about. Some of us are serious.
If you like the sound of those, head over to the New Sounds Union Substack, which is newsoundsunion.substack.com, where you can find plenty more recommendations as well as other interviews with emerging artists. But now it's time for the main headline act, which is our chat with We Are All Fossils, aka Diced Olofsson. So we chatted to Diced just late last year about the making of his recent new record. So let's hear one of the tracks from that record. This is Fleeting Album Glow. Well, Diced, aka We Are All Fossils, welcome very much to New Sounds Union.
Thanks for having me. No,
it's an absolute pleasure. And yeah, we've got you on today because you've released a beautiful record in 2025, Gravity in Grief. So would you be able to maybe kind of introduce us to the record a little bit?
Yeah, so Gravity in Grief is basically the journey I've taken with my own grief from 2022. Sadly, my mother passed away unexpectedly the day before my birthday.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I guess the process is you just work through it, and Gravity and Grief is kind of me just expressing myself in ways which I just felt like I needed to. And luckily I had amazing friends and family just to support me through the whole process. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, a very difficult subject matter to tackle. And you can, it's a really emotive, it's a really touching record, but was it quite hard to write, therefore, in places?
Yeah. I think at first I kind of found myself writing music as a way to express myself, but then I think there was a bit of, luckily, some self-preservation that I kind of like. I took a bit of time away from doing any sort of things creatively,
Yeah, fair enough.
and in all honesty, not like I didn't sit down to write any of these songs for any kind of purpose. Though I was convinced for a long time that I would never share the songs, and yeah, just slowly breaking the barriers down and coming back into like a normal life and society. I felt that the album process meant a lot to me, and maybe it could mean something to someone else as well. So that was like an incentive to kind of actually not keep it to myself anymore. After speaking to a lot of, like I said, family and friends, it made it kind of a bit more of a, I don't know, there was like a purpose for my process. Not like you can never, life and like loss and grieving is just
No, completely, yeah.
It's you're lost and you have to find your new normal again. But yeah, so it's definitely, it wasn't an album I set out to write, but I'm very grateful and thankful that it's out now.
Yeah, and it is a really, really beautiful piece of work. So were you writing stuff alongside this as well that maybe you thought, oh, I'll put this out? I mean, you have put out quite a lot of singles as well in the last few years.
Yeah, well, I actually initially started recording an album in 2021, and I just threw away all the songs.
Oh, wow.
So I think there was 12 songs, and we were quite in depth, like quite far into the process. But in all honesty, like I just couldn't connect with what those songs were. At one time I thought I'll just release those songs, but then singing them felt empty. My lyric writing just felt like it had no point or direction, and it didn't feel, it felt like a chore. And so I just luckily said to my producer and engineer that I was working with, Mike Curtis, is it okay if we stop this and we just change the whole direction? And we took a little bit of time away, and I came back with, I think, about 5 or 6 demos after he'd come back from a tour that he was working on. And we just felt like we're onto something here. We both felt, I don't know, we went for a long walk, and I think after that walk we just kind of both realized we're going to do this together, which was, which was lovely.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I suppose it must be tricky as well sometimes to give up on music that you've probably spent a lot of time writing and, semi-recording as well. So that those are just kind of collecting dust, are they, on your shelf?
Yeah, I think that's okay. I think I write like a lot of music. I don't release as much as I write.
No.
I kind of tend to write a few songs like a week. But I'm not saying that they're good songs, but they're there. So I think saying yeah. I'm actually thankful that no one can hear some of those songs. But I felt like saying goodbye to it was okay, because I just trusted that I was going to write other things instead, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no, completely. Well, let's hear a snippet of one of the songs from the record. So this is "We Live to Die" by We Are All Fossils.
We live to die, we live to die. We wonder why, we wonder why. We're all in time, all in time. It all feels so suffocating, like the air was always there, but now it's fading.
So yeah, what was the actual kind of recording process like for this? Was some of it at home? Did you work in studios, or a bit of both?
This is probably like the most hands-on I've ever been before going into the studio. So I did a lot of it in this room here, and I bought like a microphone that I've been wanting for years, and luckily I could afford it and made it happen. And yeah, I just wanted to get as much of my own ideas over to Mike, because we have a rule in the studio, don't tell me, you have to show me. Like,
Interesting.
We've stopped telling each other things years ago. If you can't show it, then we're not going to do it, kind of thing. And it's helped us a lot. But yeah, most of it's been done in here. And funny enough, the nylon string acoustic that you hear on the album is like my dad's Argos 50-pound guitar.
Wow, nice.
That was just hanging around in the house. And the thing is, I really wanted a warm tone to the songs, and because they were demos, I just didn't think twice. I was like, well, I'm just going to use this. And then Mike liked the feeling that it gave. And so, and there's even snippets, I think, in at the end of one of the songs where you can hear my wife like in the house, I think moving something, or maybe there's a plate that you can hear and stuff. And it felt like there was a lot of the atmosphere of this room in the album. And when we were with Mike, he kind of wanted to stay as close to the demos as possible without changing the flavors too much. So, but yeah, it's the first time I've ever approached it like that, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely, it's a cohesive record, and that's part of that is the atmosphere and kind of the general kind of sense of being between the tracks. It feels very much as a whole body as well, which is nice. But yeah, sometimes those kind of little, what you think are imperfections do kind of add a little touch of something, don't they? A little spice.
Yeah. And I like that of other artists that I hear. So I think sometimes you can be too like based on, a perfect idea in your mind, and then, you miss that the character of what you're actually trying to say is maybe in those small blemishes in the tracks,
Definitely, yeah. And I think probably even more so when it is, when you're making music of kind of a singer-songwriter folk variety, it definitely lends itself to those slightly more dirty production.
Which is great for so that I can actually approach it. Imagine if it was just clean studio stuff. I'd be like, couldn't get in there.
And then a plate
so hard
falling off.
Yeah.
So were there, when you were kind of writing these songs, kind of any particular influences or other artists you were listening to a lot of the time?
Yeah. Strangely enough, Lucy Dacus had a maybe the album's called Videotape or Home Video. It's one of those. I fell in love with that album just coincidentally a month before my mum passed away, and there was just this kind of honesty in her way that she approached that album that felt to me like, that showed me the way that I kind of want to talk and express myself. And so that was a big thing for me. And I think there's a second album from Ben Howard that's always been a compass for me. I've enjoyed that album for such a long time. I think it's called I Forget Where We Were.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just got something that's just so powerful in there. And I felt like there was elements of that album, Lucy Dacus' album, elements of a bit of Sufjan Stevens that kind of helped me kind of feel comfortable. And the way I approached the album was there's certain tracks where I'm the writer and I'm in the room and I'm explaining what's kind of happening as if it's like a conversation. And then there's these two other kind of elements, which is one where there's a perspective from the top. For instance, Fleeting Alpenglow, that's one where everything was just too much that I actually have to like step away from it all and kind of like view it from a distance. And then there's the tracks that are like I never found a good way of explaining it, but it's just the one in between. It's like it's not that far removed, but it's also kind of like not picking up on the like, it's not exactly like a conversation. Rapture lives in that realm. Okay. But and I think I found myself just when I could identify that those were the places I felt I could tell the stories that needed to be told. It kind of all came together. So definitely those artists and that kind of approach was a big influence for me. Yeah,
and you can definitely kind of hear elements of each of those ones, but in kind of very much your own style as well. Moving a little away from the creative side of things, obviously 2025. Did you release this independently, or have you got some kind of label or anything behind you?
No,
No.
completely independent.
Completely independent. So yeah, that's obviously, you know, a great thing because you can kind of do what you want, but also it's a challenge, and you know, there's just so much music out there, isn't there? So yeah, how have you gone
Yeah.
about, yeah, marketing the record and trying to get it in people's ears?
Well, I was very lucky. I was working with Mahogany Songs. I don't know if you know who they are, but
No, the name rings a
it's
bell.
like
Yeah.
so Mahogany. They do these incredible live sessions with like incredible artists. I think it's like from Billie Eilish
Oh,
to
wow. Yeah.
you know Ed Sheeran to so there's massive
Yeah.
names, but there's also these other ones that are like they connect like the underground grassroots kind of stuff really well with the top tier.
Yeah. Sounds great.
And I was very lucky to work with them for the first 3 releases. Their distribution, so they're basically
Okay,
they
yeah.
connect you with everyone.
Nice.
So that was like really fun to do. That's definitely people I wanted to connect with. But I found through the singles I've released through the the years and the kind of momentum that everything's kind of collecting, it just seems to have naturally found where it likes to grow.
Yeah.
There was a bit of radio plugin that I kind of just got in contact with some people, and there wasn't really any like one thing that I'd say was the avenue that I was exploring, but it was just
Yeah. Just
You know,
kind of
I was very
organically
reactive.
builds over time as well, doesn't it?
yeah, which can be painful as a musician sometimes.
Yeah,
You
it's a lot of admin.
yeah, and you don't see results quickly, or you think about things in certain ways. But I think I knew from Rapture, the first single, that I wanted to just see how that did, because that was a sonically slightly different for me.
Yeah.
And then when that door opened, I was like, oh, that's great. And then I took the next single was April Fools, which was the opposite sounding. And I was like, well, this is going to tell me if the album's going to work or not. And then luckily Spotify put it on their editorial, that one.
Amazing. So that
Yeah.
that went crazy, did it?
Yeah. I remember I released it, and for the first 2 days I was like, oh, this was a mistake. Because it felt a bit like I had to get the song out. And of course it's not a mistake. I'm very, I stand by all the tracks on the album.
Yeah.
But at that moment I was like, oh, this is a weird one to do. And then I was getting on the train to go do something in London. And by the time I got on the train, I had this email come through saying, oh, you're on Spotify editorial.
Amazing, yeah.
And I had 4 times more streams in that train journey down than I did for the last 2 days for the stream. And
Oh, wow, yeah.
and I the best thing was I was just below Phoebe Bridgers and a few other massive artists, and I was like,
close to
oh,
be.
yeah. But yeah, I think that side of stuff for an independent artist is a hard thing to navigate. I've not really met anybody that confidently has a plan that they stick to.
Yeah.
And they always change it. The next time you meet them, they're like, well, what you need to do on TikTok is blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, it's an interesting place, but at least we're not alone in it. There's loads of other people that are going through the same kind of drag.
I think that's the thing. We've been doing this for about 12 months now, and there's a common theme of no one knows. Well, obviously there's no one golden ticket, no golden rule, but it's a lot of perseverance, a lot of just trying X, Y, and Z and seeing where it gets you. But when those, because your streaming numbers are very sizable indeed, has that kind of opened doors to you, or is it still when you play live in front of 20 people that might have a different impact, I suppose?
Well, I think like last year I would say, it hasn't really changed anything for me, but this year's been quite different. I've ended up playing around the UK quite a bit for like Sofa Sounds.
Yes, lovely.
And that's been amazing. And I've done a couple of supports and things like that. And the thing that kind of started to throw me was people came up and then started saying, oh, I found you through this and this and this, and I like this song.
Yeah.
And, for me, that's been, I kind of resigned myself to the fact of being like, I have fans. They are online, but mostly they're in Australia. So I was like, well, maybe one day we'll meet.
Yeah.
But we've had some amazing conversations and people just sharing like how they found the music. And even to the point where we did a show recently where a few people turned up. I think like 5 or 6 people turned up after I'd finished, because it was like a shared bill, and the person who I was supporting came in from Germany. So I was like, well, it felt rude to be like, well, I'm headlining.
Yeah.
And of course she should headline, and she was an amazing artist.
Yeah.
She's called Luna Keller.
Okay.
But anyway, a few people turned up, and we just I felt so bad. I just said to him, we'll play a little show in the back if you want, 'cause people traveled, I think, a couple of hours to get there.
Oh, blimey.
And it was lovely. I was playing in the back room, and they all kind of came in. And every time I looked up, there was just more people in the room.
Oh, wow.
And more, and people were asking for like certain songs and requests, and we were all harmonizing with each other, songs that we didn't really know of each other's. But it was just this beautiful, organic music experience.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. Yeah.
And I think that those moments are kind of showing themselves a bit more.
Yeah.
And I've really, really enjoyed, like, for me, it's always been about the live show and like connecting with people. And sadly, the roots nowadays is just so digital, and you have to tick all these things. But I think effectively, if you look at Spotify more like it's a key to open a door rather than like the destination.
Yes. No, completely. Yeah.
And that's really helped me put it into perspective, I think.
Nice. And it's been going down particularly well in Australia. You were saying.
Yeah. Couldn't be more local.
Hey, well, no, it's a lovely place to go. If you get a few more streams, you never know.
One day.
Lovely. And what about the year ahead, 2026? Have you got kind of much lined up, or?
Yeah. So I've got a couple of supports, which was really cool. I'm playing alongside an artist who I think is phenomenal. His name's Coven Hoven.
Right.
He's from Colorado, I believe.
Nice.
And he'll be over in Brighton, so I'm supporting him in April. And then there's been a recent support come through for Chloe Foy in February.
Oh, brilliant.
But I'm going to be hitting the studio again. I've kind of written enough songs for what looks like an EP.
Okay, cool.
So I'm kind of like, it seems a bit crazy to go straight back into the studio, but I think January is so dead that I think I need to do something. So I'm going to go back, figure out what those tracks are, and hopefully have something, moving again near the end of the year.
Nice. It's exciting.
But the other thing that we've got that should be, hopefully if it all works out, I have this thing where like, you have plans, but then when it comes out, So we recently did a live session at the BBC for Maid of Ale. Like we did a session there, which was so good. And we've got the audio and it sounds really, really good. So there's going to be the live sessions are going to come out. Hoping for a vinyl to coincide with the release. So there'll be an 8-track live. Can you call that an album? I'm not sure. Is it an album?
Yeah, I think so. 8 tracks. I mean, depends how long they are. I don't know what the parameters are, to be honest. But.
Yeah. Well, let's just say there's going to be maybe an album thing come out later.
There is something. Nice.
Yeah. So a mixture of that stuff, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of singles that pop up along the way. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and I forgot. There's going to be some shows in Germany next year.
Oh, amazing.
But really late on, like in November. So
nice.
I'm still piecing that together, but 2 of them are confirmed, and then we're going to see how much we can fit in while we're there.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting. I mean, that sounds like a good amount of stuff to be getting on with, certainly.
Yeah. Again, once I'm there, I'll believe it, but I'm just going to plan it and just going to be excited about the planning.
Yeah, especially when it's so many months down the line, it's kind of hard to envision.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And then we always ask our guests for a music recommendation as well. So perhaps another emerging or unsigned artist. Have you got someone you can share?
Can I do a couple, or
you can do it?
Have to be one.
Do a couple.
Definitely Jack Browning. He's a local artist who's been doing phenomenal. He's more in the country scene,
nice.
Like music. He's been touring in America a little bit, and he's also does a phenomenal paintings as well. So
nice.
He's a man of many, many talents, and you can find him on Spotify and everything.
Lovely.
And then the other one is a a person called Josh Brow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's exactly how you say his name. But he it's a very strange story. So basically, I was working out in the gym one day, and this song came on, and I was like, "Man, this is really beautiful." And it's called Silver and Gold. And I was just like, "Oh, I'm just going to check out this artist." But it's one of those things where I stopped everything I was doing, and I was going to engage, and I was going to like look, and then I saw his photo, and I was like, "I think I know you." So then I just checked on like Instagram or something like that, and I remembered, oh, we played some shows together, but like years and years and years ago. And he was very, very young then, and he was an incredible musician, really into John Mayer, if I remember correctly. Okay. But he kind of went somewhere else. Like I thought, you know, I didn't know where he went, but apparently he went studying in like Berkeley, and he's come back now, and I think he's doing some new music. And so I'm putting my faith in him, because it's got like, he's very young, but his lyrics are incredible. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm hopefully meeting him for a coffee on Thursday, and I'll just like play down how much I like that song and everything. You know, it's gonna be a weird one.
Smashing. Well, no, lovely couple of recommendations there.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Diced. It's Gravity and Grief is a truly beautiful record. So you can stream it in all the usual places. Is it on Bandcamp, or is there any way you can buy it at the moment?
So the vinyls are coming out.
Lovely.
I've been told a date, which is actually within this month, but okay. I know the game with vinyls. Yeah. So it should be out at some point soon. But I think the only place you can really get it is just online, like streaming platforms. And as for physicals, it looks like it's just going to be vinyl for the start period of it all, and then basically I'm just going to reinvest how much that makes into whatever products will come from it. So. Yeah, but I've got the test presses just back there.
Ooh, very exciting.
Yeah, I know. It's literally a bucket list item, so I just cannot wait to have it in my hand.
No, that would be lovely. And I suppose the best place for people to kind of keep in touch with you is Instagram or anywhere else.
Instagram, yeah. I think Facebook kind of is dead, right? I don't really know what happens there anymore. Like I go in there and I'm just like, I need to leave.
Yeah, there's not many people on there. It's just companies, I feel, and dubious content.
And people just people just selling some stuff, I think. And then TikTok, I'm on there kind of as much as I think I should be. So I'm going to try and do a little bit more of that kind of stuff. But if you're like trying to get in contact, to Instagram or my website. Nice. But yeah, that's the ones.
Smashing. All right. Well, thank you so much, Diced. We are all fossils. We'll play out with a little bit of Ocean Blue from the new record. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Then a tear came to mine when I realized I was losing you. Take a ride through the waterside. I find myself in a low tide. I'm holding out for you. It's just that I still need you. It's just that I still need you.
And there you have it. Thank you so much to Diced. We are all fossils, and yeah, definitely check out his new record if you can. Thank you very much for listening to New Sounds Union. If you'd like to get in touch with us, do drop us an email at newsoundsunion@gmail.com. And yeah, for more weekly new music updates and interviews, find us on the New Sounds Union Substack. This has been a Globe Bureau production, and we'll see you soon.